Good morning, Chief Sports fans. This is John Cannon. We are here once again for our weekly game preview. We're here with head football coach Roy Rokovich. And coach, first off, the one thing that I noticed in the pace game, and I've noticed lately has been consistent, is your offense. We're really starting to see this offense come around and do what you expect them to do. Again, they had another big game. What is it about the offense that finally is starting to bring all this together?
Well, it's like anything. It's like I told the kids yesterday, both sides of the ball, offense and defensively. We got to understand that we're units. You understand that? And you start playing as a whole, things start getting better. This type of thing. Everybody does their job individually. It makes a whole unit, be it an offensive or a defensive unit, all right, to get better. You know, and I start to see that both offensively, obviously, and defensively. There was a lot of great things that our defense did too. You know, got turnovers for us. You know, that kind of thing. So and that's been going on the last 2 weeks. So it's really good. We didn't turn the ball over this game, which helped us a ton. But being able to move the ball, being able to consistently run, and we threw a slant for a touchdown, which was good. A lot of times at this time you want your team to mature, to get better, all right, and we're seeing that.
Exactly.
So,
And I think the same way, looking at the defensive side of the ball, your offense is now taking the pressure off your defense, whereas before a lot of pressure was on the defense because you were going 3 and outs or all the penalties were killing you, to where your defense was on the field 75 or 80% of the time. Now we're seeing those numbers come way down, which in essence is making it now more of an even playing field on both sides of the ball, and it takes the pressure off that defense.
I'm sure it does. It's always, they're always saying that your best defense is a great offense, and because they aren't on the field, that type of stuff. But I feel proud of both sides, and I think they're both doing a good job. And both our coordinators are working very hard to make sure the kids are where they need to be. And that's just like every day I talk to the kids about certain little aspects of what we're doing, and to remind them, about each person's individual job that you need to get done. All right, it helps, helps that unit be successful, helps the team be successful. Going into this game, it's not, a individual versus another individual. It's a team versus a team, and that group that works that way and acts like a team and functions as a team has a great opportunity to win the game. And that's what we've emphasized all week. It's easy when you have a rival, all right, and it's someone from your own town or whatever. Everything gets a little bit more revved up, and everything gets, they want to be successful. Obviously, both teams do, So there's a lot of pride involved in this game, So, you got to channel all that stuff, understand what's going on, but you got to perform, and you have to do your job. I don't want to see out there, having a personal battle between this guy or this guy. That's not what it's about. It's about functioning as a team and winning as a team. So
You kind of hit it best. Battle of the Reservation tomorrow night. It's going to be electric. This is kind of bragging rights for the town, but I tell you, I told Coach Leal the same question. I'm going to tell you, there's more at stake than just a rivalry, because basically the winner keeps their playoff hopes alive.
Sure.
So looking at it, I know the rivalry is important, but you got to agree that keeping the playoff hopes alive in a way is a lot more important.
Always, because that's your goal. Obviously your first goal to try to win a district title, and if you do, you get in the playoffs. Or if you don't, well, continue working hard to make one of the 4 spots. So, yeah, absolutely.
One thing that I have looked at, and I've done my analysis of this game, is you have very similar styles. Both of y'all run the football. Both of you guys have great backs. They got EJ back. You got Tony back. You have a compliment back, which they have Bowen. You have Jaramillo. Great offensive lines, good defense. But to me, I think the biggest advantage I see what you guys have is your quarterback. Of course, they're without Hector. They're down to a third-string quarterback. And you got a quarterback now who's really starting to come to his own. So do you feel that could give you a slight advantage with the fact that you got a QB who's been doing a great job, is able to run the ball, throw the ball, and that could be maybe the little bit of a determining factor here?
Well, you would hope so, but you know, the biggest thing is anything is that, you know, we see the maturity of Gus. He's getting better in a lot of areas. Not only that, just as a leader, you know, making plays on offense, you know, doing certain things, but not going over and beyond where he thinks he has to do all this stuff, because he has a complement of people that are behind him, beside him, and with him, you know, that type of thing. You know, it helps us, you know, but again, it's like anything else. When you can always see what's happened already, but man, when you get in that game, or you need that performance and that high performance level needs to come out at that night, you know. So and I've seen teams that get, and then boom, they have, you know, they get into the game, and you think they'd be expected to do these things, and sometimes it doesn't work out that way. So if all our kids come to the game with the attitude that, hey, we're going to do our job, we're going to work hard, we're going to stay together, we're going to fight together, and you know, and we're going to play this game together, all right, then I think obviously I really feel that gives you the edge, you know.
You just answered my last question.
Exactly.
I was going to ask you, what do you do? There's going to be a lot of emotion, a lot
Sure.
of amped up kids are going to be amped up. Sometimes it can work to your advantage, but it can work to your disadvantage, because sometimes you may do things that you don't normally do that
Right.
could hurt you.
Sure.
So, but I think you just answered it. What's the biggest thing you're going to preach to these kids to try to make them understand it is a big game,
Team.
but it's just any other game.
It's team. The big thing is anything, it's team. And it's what's on your helmet, it's what's on your chest. And it says Chiefs. So that's what we are. We have to play like one. We have to represent our school. We need to defend the North, do the things that we've been preaching all year long, all right, and play. And man, yeah, you might, when you get into a rival game like this, your play has to be up. It really does. You know, each person has to do something a little bit more special than they have in the past, all right, because they're doing the same thing. You know, so you know, you have to match that or go above it to win. So that's where we're at.
Awesome, Coach. Well, I tell you what, tomorrow night we're going to be there live.
Oh yeah,
It's going to be a big night.
surely,
So 7:30, Benny LaPrade Stadium,
absolutely.
defending the North against the Redskin Prize. Something's got to give.
Surely.
Tomorrow night we're going to find out. So, Coach, once again, thank you for your time, and we'll see you tomorrow night.
Thanks, John. Appreciate